Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here. How you doing? Right now today we have got a map I've been itching to scratch for weeks. You know, sometimes you see a map and you feel that has to be done. Well, this is one of those that has simply had to be done. On top of that, the creator has been nudging me, although they haven't said specifically to do this one. They have been nudging me to do one of their maps, and so, well, two birds with one stone. Today we are going to do it. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Very, very playable. But first of all, it's time for your daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button supports the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Right, all aboard the train to Asset World. Okay, what have we got for you today? It's Saturday, therefore it's Quirky Asset Day. This one, we've seen their work way back. Way back. And it's about time we had another one from them. It's an old-fashioned style building. Right there next to the Addams family house, because, well, they kind of go together, although I think the scaling is completely different between the two. It's a medieval house by Asdrúl 07. We've even got a portcullis there. It's a really lovely style building, and if you're looking to do something just a little bit quirky, this is the one. Maybe you replace the modern day cars. Replace them with a horse and cart or something. We got a horse and cart on the workshop. If we haven't, we should have. I'm thinking Transport Fever, aren't I? That's why, yeah, the liberal use of those in that. Medieval House by Asdrúl 07, today's quirky asset of the day. Off to Themington Island for this week's theme and LUT combo. It's the coastal theme with the coastal LUT, both by Ronic69. And yeah, I think we all like this one, don't we? Ironically, for me, the weakest part of this theme is the sand. Ironic when you consider it's the coastal theme. But yeah, that's my least favourite part of the theme, weirdly. Anyway, a Swedish pastor, factoids. A Swedish pastor was electrocuted as he stood in the pool of water for a baptism when one of his assistants handed him the live microphone. Ooh, doesn't say whether he survived. Hopefully they survived. Just a mild burn, maybe. Nothing Sacred was one of the best American films of 1937, a zany comedy starring Carole Lombard, who started life as Jane Peters, renamed herself after a chemist shop called the Carole Lombardi Pharmacy. Right, oh hello, we're back at the map. Put your book down, BonBon. Right, whose map is it? It belongs to Checkmex. That's right. Downstream by Checkmex. This is, like I say, very playable, quite nice, aesthetically pleasing. One or two weird choices. There's your start square. Weird choices you're going to see, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's a bit weird. And for a lot of you, it may not make any difference at all. That's your resources there. May not make any difference to whether you like the map or not. It makes a bit of a difference for the seal of approval. There are a few requirements with DLC, with Park Life, Mass Transit and Green Cities, although if you read through the details you can get away with not having, I think it was Park Life, but there we are. A few subscriptions to go for. It'd be nice actually if it was a one-click collection or in the requirements list. Oh, it is in the requirements list, my mistake, I take that back. And we'll go down and have a look at the roads. The roads are very good, and if you have a look all around, you're looking around going, this is very buildable. I agree, it is very buildable. That's a big score. Also, this isn't the mainland. Look, tunnels, and we're on the edge of map. It's kind of like we'll call it an island. It's peninsula, edge of map island, if you like. And then that links through to this little island here, also very buildable. Nice detailing again on this island, and generally speaking, that's quite nice too. And good intersection there to get you started. Although it's more of like a scenic pull in, isn't it, really, I guess. Across to the mainland and the start square. We're already at the start square. We normally do this a bit later on, but it made a bit of sense to follow a different route today. Interesting intersection. Nothing wrong with it. A little bit of glitching on this side, and we've got a matching one on the other side, which makes me think this is a plopped intersection, because it's identical glitching on either side. But there you go, that's your start square. And if we carry on, we've got a number of options here. We're going to go around a big chunk of the map. This is a very space-taking intersection, this one. But what we'll do is we'll follow I think it's an interesting route. First of all, highways going through, if it's like a valley, I would say this, isn't it? Is it a valley or is it a cutting? It's got to be a valley. That looks like a valley to me. Then up here, and if we take a hard left, now this looks like a cutting. Implausibly deep, but it looks like a cutting to me. But we'll give the benefit of the doubt. Okay, why not? Why not? And where is this route taking us? Up the side of this hill, a couple of switchbacks here, a little switchback this way, a little switchback that way, and it takes us up to a tunnel. Now, where does the tunnel come out? Well, let's have a quick look at the switchbacks. There we are. That's an interesting bendy route there, showing it to you for a reason. Comes out down here. It's a bit of a drop. But why there? When? If you can look over this way and follow a route across here, that's the road we were just taking. Would they have blown a hole through the mountain when they could have found maybe a more direct route across there? I don't know. Let me just show you that like that. There you go. I'm not sure they would have blown a hole through the mountain. If you noticed anything with the trees, then don't worry. We will have a look at that later on. I promise you, I did notice it. We are going back to that. This intersection seems a little bit high, but I have seen intersections in photos that are such high, so we're going to let it happen. This tunnel makes a bit more sense, so I'm going to let that one stand. And then if we follow the highway a bit further, perfect little bridge across there. There's a bit of a broad gap between the two highways, but Checomex is from Mexico, and I'm guessing highways are quite separated in Mexico. I like that butterfly intersection there, that's quite sweet. And we could follow that road down the hill. I think we'll carry on straight on, because this, if anything, is the weirdest part of the map, okay? Now that tunnel earlier, well, this one's even worse, okay? It comes out there. So they've dug into the tunnel, let me show you the underground. They've dug the tunnel in and gone as far as they can through the mountain. And that makes zero sense to me. Having said that, in terms of a city build, it won't affect you at all. Just depends. Depends what you want to do. Do you want a realistic play? Not realistic. You want a fun play? Can't see any reason. Why not? And then this one also was why go in the tunnel there and come out there when they could have taken a shortcut just across the top of the lake. Once again, realism be damned, but still nicely done, okay? Nice little bridge there, and straight on there, and across here, and then down to here. Now, what we'll do is we'll have a look at a national road for a change. There are quite a few on the map, not too many. This is well within tolerance. I don't think a lot of you will have any grumbles about it when you actually get to play it. Some of you don't like too much in the way of infrastructure. It's not too bad, not too many. Now down here, this is a little road to everybody's favourite factories. There they are. And then if we go the other way takes us for a little drive through the countryside. And honestly, not too bad at all. Quite pleasing. I nearly recorded this down at ground level just for like a little aesthetic, a couple of abandoned farmhouses there for a little aesthetic drive through, but the episode was a little bit on the long side, and so we scrapped that and we're just doing a quick super fast fly overhead. So you get the idea, you know what I mean. And this dead ends down here by 2 more of everybody's favourite factories. The rail is it's okay. Once again, the super realism side of it goes out of the window, which we'll see later. But so far, you're looking at it going, that's all right. What are you grumbling about, BonBon? We'll get to it. Okay, going down a bit of a hill now, yeah? Going down a little bit of a hill. Let's see how much of a little bit of a hill that is. Oh, hells. That's not a little bit of a hill. That is a mountain. It's a huge climb, and yes, it's just too steep for a train. And also, you'll notice we got a lot of trees encroaching onto the catenaries there as well. Once again, realism be damned. It's completely up to you whether that sort of thing bothers you. I know a lot of you don't care, and if that's the case, good. Get on and play it. I'm sure CheckMX will really appreciate you subscribing and having a go at his map. Tunnel goes in there where you're coming out, all the way over there. Okay, I come back out of that. Lovely. Alright, and then we've got a good bridge going over here, and then we've got a bit of a climb up here, dead ends. And then if we go the other way, what's going on down this way? Elevated all the way here, so if you're doing the city centre build, that's quite convenient. And down to ground, and then back up, a little bit of a dip there, and off towards, well, past the castle. Look at that after the break. Speaking of the break, the intermission is coming up in just a few moments time, but there we are. That's the rail.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable Rico? And what the heck is Ploppable Rico anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable Rico by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And back to Downstream by CheckMX and the shipping routes. Shipping routes are okay. Got some nice arcs and curves there. They go through the deepest parts of the water. It makes a lot of sense. Very happy. Now, speaking about making a lot of sense, Downstream. Okay. Downstream. Why is this map called Downstream? I'm not entirely sure. We've got a lake here. Okay. Maybe the lake is downstream. That's what it is. Because this is a dead end. All the water kind of like, well, from this river goes into that lake and has got nowhere else to go. So there we go. Maybe it's called Downstream because of that. Or maybe it's because we've got a stream here that goes downstream. Maybe. I have no idea. Or maybe it's just lost in translation. Maybe it means something completely different in Spanish. I was nearly said Mexican. In Spanish. Now, overall, I quite like the terrain on this map. It looks very buildable indeed, and we are using the realistic 1.5.5 temperate, I do believe. Look at the rivers here. With, I think it was the satellite LUT. There we are, trying to remember all of those things. So yes, the realistic does give you these really grey, stony rocks. I do like stony rocks. No better sort of rock than a stony one. And then if we come across here, once again, the tree painting's quite pretty, quite workable. And here we got CheckMX. I like it. I think they probably were going for the CheckMX and then realised they were running out of letters. And there is a funny story from my past, which you can ask me about one day. Not sure I can really say it out loud on YouTube. This castle, I'm not entirely sold. I like it. I don't buy it, but I like it. Alright? It doesn't make any sense to me at all as a castle, but overall, I quite like it. And then, like I say, we've got plenty of interesting build areas up in the hills. A main build plane in the middle of the map, which is quite lovely. A big old intersection there to work with as well. Look how flat it is. Got to switch on terrain lines there. Look how flat it is. That is very, very welcoming indeed. Okay, I think we have a little scout round if there's anything I might have missed. I'm sure there is. Ah, yes, this water source here. Sort of buy into it, sort of, almost. Because where's that water coming from? There's a river over here. I'm imagining an underground stream coming from that river and then emerging out into that lake. Vote buttons come up now, so don't forget this is your chance to vote on today's map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10 Awards, the best 10 maps of December. Is this going to be one of those maps? Only one way to find out. Vote and then wait and see. Right, okay. Aesthetically, I don't mind it actually. I quite like it. There's a lot of good things about this map, and I'm going to give it 4 stars. There you go, done it. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Detailing is on the whole pretty good. I didn't point out there are a few drowned trees. I believe there was. It was this map, wasn't it? I think. I'm losing track. But if anything, I'm a little bit befuddled and bemused by the tunnels. A little bit. And some of the routes of the highways that don't make any sense at all. I'm going to give it 3 for detail. Probably deserves a 3.5 to a 4, but a 3 I'm giving. Gameplay potential, very playable, very like it a lot. Getting 4 stars for gameplay from me. Downstream by CheckMX, very close to the BonBonB seal of approval. Would have got it even with drowned trees if I could buy into those tunnels and roads just a little bit more than they are. If you know that makes any sense at all. just even for a Canya, those would be crazy tunnels. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for join me Monday for another map in the What Map series. Join me tomorrow for the Steam Chart Show and for Asset World. And coming next week, it's the best of 2018. Ooh.